Since there weren't enough rooms for the full crew, only the more famous actors had an individual room. The rest shared a room with their managers. After resting in the hotel room for a while, Qiao and Hao and Zhao Meng both went to the restaurant on the third floor for dinner. Dinner was buffet style, so they both took a plate of food each. As they were searching for a seat, producer Sun, who was seated by the window nearby, waved to Qiao and Hao. "Xiao Qiao, sit here. We can discuss the filming for tomorrow." Producer Sun was seated at a table with 6 seats, 5 of which were already filled by the director, the male-led Gong Yang, Song Xiangsai, and Lu Jinian, leaving only 1 seat empty. Coincidentally, it was the seat beside Lu Jinian. Qiao and Hao walked towards the dining table with the plate. She hesitated, and only when producer Sun spoke to her again did she look up at Lu Jinian. Her husband remained oblivious, chewing his food wordlessly. Qiao and Hao placed her plate on the table cautiously before sitting down stiffly. The director had just been explaining the main points for the scene tomorrow. He nodded towards Qiao and Hao as a sign of greeting before continuing his explanation. Only Lu Jinian continued to eat as though nothing was happening. Everyone else was focusing on the director. Hence, Qiao and Hao didn't even dare to move her chopsticks. Sitting formally, she paid all her attention to the director. Thankfully, the director kept it short so the crowd could start eating. Producer Sun sat in front of Qiao and Hao, and when he picked up his chopsticks, he smiled at her before asking, "Xiao Qiao, have you memorized your lines for tomorrow?" "Yes, I've memorized them." Qiao and Hao smiled and nodded. "Is this all you're eating?" Producer Sun asked, looking at her plate. "Yes," Qiao and Hao answered with a smile. "Filming is tough, you need to eat more," Producer Sun chastised as he signaled for the waiter at the corner. "1 more set of abalone rice and steak." Lu Jinian's chewing stopped momentarily before he resumed without any emotion present on his face. However, the air around him seemed to have fallen drastically. Qiao and Hao sat beside Lu Jinian and could distinctly sense the frosty aura he emitted. As she grew more nervous, her actions became more and more reserved and formal. However, Producer Sun kept talking to her, so she had to keep her placating smile, acting as though everything was normal.